Morning, everyone. Morning, Eric. Morning, Pam. Good morning, Wendy, Ronald. So, hey, as people are jumping on, welcome again, everybody. Happy Friday. We're just about at the end of the month here, and excited about helping everybody wrap it up. We're going to see a lot of promotions this month, so very excited about that. Good morning, George. Morning, Ollie. All right. Anyway, real quick instructions as we do every morning. Good morning, Cindy. If you'd like to share, then if you swipe right or swipe up and just follow instructions from there, then you can share it with whoever you like, team, friends, etc. And if you like something you hear, then you can see some of the hearts going up. If you just tap the bottom right of the screen, that'll be awesome. So again, appreciate you being on. So today, what's holding you back? I see a lot of different things hold folks back, and so I'll just kind of run through a couple of those. One is fear. Fear can fall into a lot of different categories. What are others going to think? What are others going to say? What if somebody says no? Things like that. My thought on that, to be honest with you, is who cares? I'll give you a couple different kind of thoughts to keep in your head when you start getting concerned or when fear starts creeping in. And one of those for me is, look, when those other people start paying my bills, then I'm going to worry about what they think. I hope that makes sense to you. So, and if that's kind of your mentality, not understanding not everybody's coming with you it makes it okay. They're just not all going to do it. Not everybody's willing to do what you're willing to do. So, and if that's the case, then it's okay. You need to understand that you're gonna move on without people. And the exciting part is the people that come into your life and the people that become your friends, your business partners, and they're really one and the same. People that become your family. That's the most exciting part of this whole thing is a like-minded group of people that are moving forward together. But you've got to build your team to start making that happen. So you got to take action. One thing I highly recommend is if you're new, or even if you're not, a great book, one of the best books I've ever read by Darren Hardy is The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. I highly recommend reading that book. By the way, a little advice on books, and this actually came from Wendy Ryan and her husband John. I'm a big e-reader. I'm a big audiobook person. When I'm in the car, I'm listening to audio something. I'm not listening to the radio. Very, very, very seldom do I ever do that. But I want to learn. I want to grow. I'm actually listening to a new training right now that maybe I'll be able to share some bits and pieces with you. But my point is that I always had this thing. I was like, I get these ebooks, and there's one thing missing with that. And there's nothing wrong with an ebook, and there's nothing wrong with an audio book, but I want to have the physical book. And I was thinking, I want to hold this book up, The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. Well, I can't because it's an ebook. Well, here's the other important part of that is if you have a physical book, you can share it with somebody. You can loan it to someone and then get it back. So just kind of a side note. So I'm big now on getting the physical book. Even if I've listened to it on an audio file, I want to go get the book. So if somebody's struggling with something, I can say, here, read this, and then give it back so I can loan it out to somebody else. So anyway, and listen, keep in mind, my last one on fear was, what if somebody says no? Well, okay, what if they do? No is not no. No is not right now. And understanding that and just keeping that in our minds is important too. So another one is, I see people kind of get bogged down in, well, but I need to do this first. I need to X first. Well, sometimes it's I need to learn the products first. Or, I need to learn the compensation first or whatever. Okay, well, when it comes to the products, we've got amazing videos that talk about the products. As a matter of fact, just the other day, I sampled some products to a guest of mine that was at a presentation on Tuesday night, and I said, hey, listen, I'm going to send you some videos that are going to explain some of these products. I don't want to be bogged down in talking about the products. That's what our tools are for. Corporate's done an amazing job of putting together the explanations, the science behind them. Let the tools do the work for you. We don't need to learn it. I mean, it's okay to learn it. Don't get me wrong, and we should all know an element of it. But to get bogged down and try to learn all of the products, that's the SciMed board's job. And they volunteer and they're amazing in doing that. But we don't need to be that. We don't need to have that much knowledge. When somebody asks me about a product, I say, man, that's a great question. Hey, listen, I'll send you a video on that. It's going to explain it all. It's like 3 minutes long. And the video is going to do a better job than I ever could. So I hope that helps. How about learning the compensation? Somebody will say, well, I need to know how the compensation works. Well, the way I explain our compensation to folks is because we got so many moving parts in it, is when you get, you'll get the compensation when you get it, okay? Meaning you'll get it when you're receiving it. So let's go build and get to the point where you're promoting and receiving the compensation. And then when you need to know it, which is when you're receiving it, then you're going to look at it and you're going to go, oh, that's how that works. Okay, I get that now, and that's kind of an awakening thing, and it's a gradual process anyway. And trust me, your upline is there to help you get to the point where you're receiving that, and they'll help you build and structure, and they'll be watching things for you. So trust them, have faith in them, and just take action, because taking action is going to create the growth that's going to get the compensation coming in for you. And it's exciting when that happens. So another thing I see hold people back is a lack of belief. And I guess my biggest question for somebody in that scenario is, are you a product of the product? Are you using the product? Because as your story builds, your belief level is going to go up. You just can't help but have your belief level go up. Now, as that happens, and you're building your story, and you feel a difference, obviously, I mean, we're in a product company here, and again, I'm assuming that everybody's with our company, but that may not be the case. But if there are others from other companies, if you're with a product company, use your product, and using it and feeling a difference. For us, I mean, we have incredible products, and they make a difference. I feel different than I did 2 years ago, and it happened very quickly in my case. And that's not uncommon. So feeling the difference, people are going to see the difference in you. And when they do, they're going to ask you, hey, what's going on? What are you doing? Something's different, and that gives you the opportunity to talk about and share the product. So, but again, we always have to remember, and again, Logan talks about this all the time, and it's so true, is that our level of belief is going to match our commitment level. Meaning this, your commitment level can never exceed your level of belief. Your commitment level can't be up here with your belief down here. It's just not going to happen. So when your belief level goes up and up and up and up, your commitment level goes up with it. And they are truly tied together. So believing in the product can only happen when you use the product and you see the difference. I can talk about literally every single product we have because I use every single one of them. And I can talk about an experience. I can talk about a story. Again, I know I did a separate Periscope on this, facts tell, stories sell. And it's so true. So when I share my story about the products, or I share my father's story about the products, or I share Holly's story about the products and how it's helped her, people relate to the story. So again, we need to build the belief by being a product of the product, and the commitment will go up with that. And again, you'll see that it affects your posture. When you have posture, you can approach anybody about this business. Okay, so what do we combat these things with if they're holding us back, and that's kind of what I wanted to share and get to here. Number one, we need to have a big why, and yes, I talk about the why a lot. Look, if our why is I want to make a bunch of money, it's only going to get you so far, and it may only get you a week into the business, and then you're done, because if you don't have an overnight financial transformation when you say I need to make money, and we all need to make money, I get it. But if that's our focus and that's our goal, then we're focusing inward instead of outward. So having a big why, a why that's bigger than us, is so important. And my why is huge, and there are many different pieces to it. So make sure your why and your dream are very, very big. The other thing is you need to have a big written list. Now, what does a big written list do? Well, that's another actually confidence builder. In addition to being a product of the product, it's got to be in writing. And I've said this so many times. I've had people hold up their phone and go, "Here's my list. It's right in here." Well, it's not, because you can't track it that way. And I say with all due respect, but you've got to write it down. I have a written list, and it's constantly growing, changing. And you're going to add people to it. I mean, I've had so many times I'm riding down the road and I think of somebody and I add them to my list. So if I'm trying to do it through my phone, or some people say, "Oh, I've got my list right here." No, you don't. Here's how a written list is a confidence builder, and a big written list. If you've got a list of 17 people and 5 of them say no, or worse, 14 of them say no, you're losing confidence. You've got 3 people left on your list. But if you've got a written list, I guarantee you every single one of you in your phone has hundreds of people in your phone. Write them all down. Okay, and I'm not going to get into list building. Maybe we'll do a separate Periscope on that. But my point is, if you've got a list of 100 people and 14 people say no, and it doesn't matter. Next, you're on to the next one, right? So that's the value from a confidence perspective of a big written list. So please do that. Please have it in writing. Keep it with you, and make sure it's a constantly growing and living thing. And that's been a huge help to me. Another one is take action. Don't expect perfection from yourself. Nobody that's doing this is perfect. I'm certainly not. I make mistakes all the time, every day, but the key is I try to learn from them. Somebody just posted a great comment. Your why should make you cry. It should be that big and that emotional and that important to you. I'm sorry, I missed who did that, but thank you for sharing that. You're right. But again, take action. You're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Expect mistakes, but learn from them. And just do your best not to repeat them. That's all. Grow through the process, because that's a natural byproduct of taking action and doing that. Another one is be the messenger, not the message. Use the tools, use the videos, use the presentation videos, use the product videos, use the science behind the product videos, that kind of thing. Those are amazing tools, again, that corporates put together for us to use or for our benefit, and they work. Because people, they're impressed when they get it. They look at it and they go, "Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Look at this stuff. This is incredible." So just be the one that shares that message, sends that message to somebody. It'll work well for you. And in using the tools, don't forget to use your upline. Your upline leaders are there to help you, and they want you to succeed. So, but above all, go for it. Just go for it. Here we are. Tomorrow's the last day of the month, and you've got time. If there's something left that's not accomplished in your month that is a goal that you set or a need that you have, you can get it done between now and tomorrow if you take action, if you go for it. So please do that and reach out to your upline and make sure. Just ask for help. There's no pride in this business. Ask for help. They're all here to help you. All right, 3 quick quotes. And yes, tomorrow is our anniversary. Thank you, Holly, for reminding me. Yes, 28 amazing years for me. 28 years of a roller coaster ride for Holly. So So thanks for being on the ride with me, Holly. Okay, 3 quick quotes and we'll wrap it up. One, Wayne Gretzky. You're going to miss 100% of the shots that you never take. I love that one. I found this one. You guys know I'm a pilot, and I love aviation. I love flying. It's just so much fun. Amelia Earhart. The most effective way to do it is to do it. So just do it, right? Just go for it. Daryl Brown. Thanks, man. I appreciate you sharing that about that earlier quote that I shared. And the last one is Tony Robbins. The only impossible journey is the one we never begin. Boy, is that true. You know, we got to take that first step. A journey starts with step one. So I hope that kind of resonates, and thank you for the anniversary wishes. I appreciate that. But I hope that resonates with you. We can all go and just knock it out of the park this weekend. You know, today. We can all get it. Today is our day if we take ownership of it and say we're going to have success, period. So go own the day. Make sure it doesn't run you. And let's do this. Please, again, let us know. Reach out and let your upline know what can we do to help you wrap up your month. We're all here to do that. So as always, again, thanks for being on. Have an amazing weekend. Looking forward to Monday. And again, Darren Hardy starts on Monday. So can't wait for that. So fired up. So thanks for being on. I know we ran a little long, but have an amazing day and an amazing weekend. Talk with you soon.